The idea behind this and the work I do, but specifically this membership, is that we all have a story to tell, but sometimes stories are placed upon us. For many with disabilities, other people decide our stories for us, or we get stuck in the same stories about ourselves. So other people tell stories for us because of our bodies or our minds or our lives, or we tell ourselves the same stories. We create these scripts for safety and for clarity, and sometimes to receive care. So we exist in a system that we keep telling the same story because we have to get money, to get places to live, to get all kinds of things. So these are the stories we tell about ourselves, or people tell about us. For someone who experiences disability, storytelling in this multidisciplinary way, which is the art world's fancy way to say using different materials. So sometimes we used oil pastels, sometimes we used our bodies, sometimes we used our voices. With lots of different kinds of art, we allow different kinds of stories to be told. And it asks ways to share, different kinds of views to be formed. It allows a fun way to share, and that sharing creates and builds community. You were allowed to create stories in different ways than you're used to. Some people use their voices, other people use their bodies. You were allowed to paint and draw, to create fun, to create new stories and new possibilities for yourselves and for your community. So from this sharing, we learn about and from each other. One day we shared about mapping, and we figured out where we all lived and placed it on Jesse's really great map of the city. And then we also talked about places we can't go. So if you don't drive, you don't go to South Edmonton Common ever. Why would you go there? So your city changes depending on how you actually get yourself around. And what places are unsafe and what places do we love? There was a lot of going to swimming pools and libraries and places that are free to go to that we can all build community. This came up as a huge resource as well, to have Self Advocacy's meeting office on Jasper Ave, where we can all congregate through public transit, through DATS, through taxi, to get together in a room where we all felt safe that we could share. And then we also explored the imaginary. So what are your best features? If you were a superhero, what kind of superhero would you be? What kind of food do you like to eat? All these small things that become really big in the stories that we share. When we have labels like disability, no one asks what's our favorite food or how do you move around the city. Everything becomes politicized. So we really got to know on some basic details such as our day in our life. I found out that so many of you have cats or drink coffee or eat cereal in the morning, and these small humanizing things that get us beyond our disability labels. The other thing it also allows us to do as a group of people is decide what we share and what we don't share. So getting beyond this label that's placed upon us, we don't have to say what our medical diagnoses are to have a story. Instead, you can tell the story of your superhero, or you can tell the story of what you ate for breakfast, or how you got to the meeting. And the ability to have that story and share that imagination moves you beyond just being a label. It moves you into the story that you want to tell the world. And this can be used as a self-advocacy tool. So you become so much more than what people have told you you are, what I tell you you are. You get to decide and be the author of your own story. And I got the pleasure of spending so many months with you figuring that out. And some of you liked the exercises I threw at you in an experimental way, and some of you didn't. And that's okay too. That's part of deciding how you want to express yourself. With that, I'm going to show you the film, because that matters how your story is read to the world.
You have been with the SAF pretty much since before it was SAF, right?
Yes, since 2006.
I need to know from Quinn just how he feels about all these photos.
God, really happy on how far we've come over the 13 years.
There we go.
Yes, that's from the rally in Cowtown.
So do these memories make you happy?
Yes.
Every day you had to go out to work again. You didn't have any choices.
Did you get paid? No.
got a job in Rocky, and that's where I said I've had it. I'm out of here. Hitchhiked to St. Albert, living with my brother Dave. Hitchhiking back and forth to work before they got the buses there. At that point in time, I had a job with my brother-in-law. He had his own printing outfit. Then he sold his print shop. And unfortunately, I was out of a job.
Were you in the news?
Yeah. I drive on my bike and I had a piece of wood across the handlebars. There was a stop sign or a sign on the road, piece of board, hit the sign, and I went ass over tea kettle.
And that made it into the news?
Yeah, I made it on the front page of the Gazette.
Oh, wow.
And then I worked for St. Albert Gazette for the next number of years, deliver gazettes door to door.
Tell me about how you started dancing.
I started I was very little kid, a long time ago. I think dance is very important. It makes me feel more confidence. It's nice to enjoy that. I have some fun.
How does it help you speak?
I think body language, it does make sense. Dancing makes you doing something for yourself.
How I managed to get married under guardianship? Well, my guardian was my mom, and she was all well for me marrying my husband, Danny. But then when we did the whole wedding process, it turned into be a difficult situation. We could only invite people that could drive opposed to friends that have disability. My stepdad, he couldn't go because of his disability.
How long have you two been together now?
2.5 years. We're very open and honest with each other. We never go to bed angry. We never lie to each other. We're pretty much like an open book. And Danny's just an all-time funny character. You never know what he's gonna do. So I love being married to him.
I know how exciting it's been for you, especially over the last little while, about you being able to move.
Yeah.
Where is it that you're going to be moving to?
St. Albert. There's a city hall in St. Albert. I would like to work there. And the house is nice. I'm going to be helping do chores there.
What type of chores are you excited about doing?
Sweeping, mopping, cleaning the house, dishes, do my laundry.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
We bring it all together because if we complement each other's strengths, I find. You talk way better than I do.
And it works out really well. He used to go, well, you date me for my car. I'm like, no, I date you for your feet.
Yeah. Because we both have disability. We know each other's situation, and that brings us even closer together.
Now I understand him better than his parents do.
But again, we both understand that one of us can provide
balance for the other.
Recently, I have gotten involved with a girl from England. We actually met on Twitter. One thing kind of led to another, and then he had applied for a 2-year visa to come to Canada. We did it very methodically in terms of making sure that, because both of us had been in prior relationships that were not the best, and so we didn't want that same disaster to happen. He's more accommodating and more accepting than anybody I've ever met. There are other people out there that say, I don't care that you have a disability. I love you for who you are, and that's all I care about.
It all started.
I always say it was love at first tweet.
Right?